the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. For tonight's game, we'll be watching the Detroit Pistons as they go up against the Charlotte Hornets. Some pretty good basketball lately for Charlotte. They've got to be pretty pleased with their adjustments during the offseason, as they've been playing excellent basketball early on. Tonight, they want to continue that winning attitude, and they're a team that feels they can win on any given night. Hey, we'll be keeping an eye on Andre Drummond tonight. 9th overall pick back in 2012 out of UConn. Shaq, he's still a very young big with a lot of room to grow.
He's an incredible offensive and defensive rebounder, Ernie. One of the hardest box-out assignments in the league since Dennis Rodman.
You know what, though? Last year he started taking some shots outside of the paint, which was surprising but good. Opened up his game a little bit, but he's best when he's finishing at the rim.
That'll wrap it up for now. Let's go courtside, and we'll see you later.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome to the Palace of Auburn Hills. We're in suburban Detroit, the home of the Pistons, where we'll be broadcasting today's game live. Right now, the Pistons are back in town for just one game and looking to play well for their home fans. After dropping the first 3 games of the season, they need to turn it around.
Yeah, but you know, during the course of a long season, every team hits what I call a speed bump on occasion. This team is in that stretch right now. But I wouldn't discount them. They've still got a chance to be really good. This could very well just be a bump in the road.
Yeah, but it's a pretty big bump. I mean, they have not looked very good lately. Not at all like we'd expected them to be. And I agree. They'll... Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. Here's Drummond. Johnson kicks to Zeller. The Pistons working the ball around now. The three-pointer, no good. Detroit on D. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
Kevin, I know they feel terrible about how it turned out. I mean, the game was really going as expected until they got surprised with the surge late in the game. Totally overtook them and took them by surprise as well.
And Clark, you summed it up right there. It was a shocking turn of events. Momentum, though, can do that to you.
We've seen a quick start here for the Hornets. This game against Detroit here, it's their first meeting of the season.
And although they were the better team last year by overall record, this was a competitive matchup for them.
Guys, they split the season series, and you know, there's always randomness to this game. The unpredictability of it. You win some, you lose some, but they certainly want to impose their talent level tonight. That's a huge part of what they want to do defensively. Limit his easy chances inside.
And Walker kicks to Jefferson. Here's Robinson. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball in rhythm.
Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Drummond with a screen on Walker. Jackson, great use of the pick to create room for the jumper.
And, guys, I was a bit worried, but now we all know the rim doesn't have a lid on it.
Yeah, you could actually feel the tightness and tenseness with each miss. I'm actually glad to see they got that first one out of the way.
Feeds to Walker. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That one on Johnson.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there. Just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
And the second free throw, good. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Jackson passes to Henderson. Back to Jackson. Here's Drummond, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Shooting free throws.
And that one misses. And he's good on the second. Charlotte leading by 5. Walker dishes to Freak. Jefferson kicks to Walker. Freak with it. Coming off a solid outing against Philadelphia. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Tipped away. It's stolen by Johnson. Now Jackson. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland.
Yeah, and he also did a great job on the backboards, Kev, and that also was a factor.
Hornets have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Kid Gilchrist the pass to Fowler. The rebound by Johnson.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
Henderson dishes to Zeller. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's on Al Jefferson. The Pistons shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. That one is off. Kaminsky, he's checked in for Jefferson. And he sinks the second. Charlotte in the lead. Here's Walker. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. And Freak throws it down.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spots. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Now here's Henderson. He's covered by Fowler. Detroit, no good that time either.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Outside, Walker. And another 3 for Charlotte.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, it's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Detroit Pistons dancers.
Let's go to the 2K leaderboard. Here are the team leaders in steals. You need to play heads up against these squads. In the 3rd spot, the Pistons.
You can't get careless with the basketball against this group. I mean, they'll pick your pocket, and no surprise to see them in the upper echelon as far as steals.
Brandon Jennings, he's checked in for Detroit. And a switcher also for Charlotte. Rivers checked in. Jackson drives in. And the pass to Drummond. And that one is hammered home.
Just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this lead.
And Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark.
Which is a spark they desperately need, Kevin. They've got to ramp up the intensity.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
He's having a tough quarter, scoring the basketball and able to help them close this gap.
Pistons trail by 7. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Detroit's head coach and I got a chance to talk for a bit. He said the player he'll be watching closely in this matchup is Thomas Robinson. He added, you have to respect the energy he brings to the game. That'll be the challenge for our bigs, is matching that energy and physicality. Guys, Robinson a guy with a growing skill set, but it's still that athleticism and hustle that's really his calling card. Back to you.
Thank you, Doris. Lets it go with a three. That's good. Rivers has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three.
They're allowing a sky-high field goal percentage. That won't get it.
Not at all, Clark. You rarely see a team surrender points this easily. They have got to do better.
Jackson kicks to Zeller. It's rebounded by Charlotte. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
And in that game, guys, I mean, the beneficiary of what was some very lackluster defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing how many free runs to the hoop they got.
Jackson has the open look and misses it off the right side of the rim.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Kaminsky, the pass with Fowler. That's good. Freak's got 9.
They've been hot here early, dropping them in left and right.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. We'll see how long they can keep it going.
Jackson drives in. It's in and hoping this is the start of a new trend. 2 for 8 now from the field.
And when he breaks out the crossover, you can be sure he's going to leave somebody in his wake.
And it's blocked. Jennings against Rivers. Outside Jennings. He feeds it to Drummond. Stolen by Robinson. To the inside. It's stolen by Johnson. Over to the wing. No one near Jennings as he lets it fly. Finds himself wide open and drills it. Jennings has got it back down to within single digits for the Pistons. Rivers kicks to Freak. This is to Kaminsky. No good. Good D by Drummond.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
That's tipped and stolen by Freak. Here we go, one-on-one. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And they keep going down low with the ball and keep getting positive results.
Extremely positive. I mean, this is a very nice lead to have early in the ball game.
That is good.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Detroit Pistons.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Charlotte.
They definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
Hornets leading by 8. On the court for Charlotte. Oh, he's in at shooting guard. Also Kemba Walker out there. And it's Francis in at the power forward position. Jefferson's shot is off.
And although he doesn't quite get the block, he does get the missed field goal attempt because of his ability to alter the shot.
Well, almost as effective as a block. I mean, made him completely change his release point, and I think that caused the miss.
6 on the shot clock. Henderson, no one around him. Good on the three-point shot. Henderson's got the first basket of the second quarter for the Pistons. Walker the pass to Francis. There's the dish to Freak. Kicks to Jefferson. Right side Holiday. The 10-footer. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Let's take a look at some numbers in this one for Freak. He's got 11 points, and he's added a steal to his stat line also.
You know what? The number is not huge, but he has been doing some valuable defensive work for them.
And both free throws good from Freak.
He has such terrific form and consistency on his free throw. Beautiful to watch.
Walker against Jennings. Morris a screen. Jennings kicks to Morris. And another three for Detroit.
There's 6 points on consecutive three balls. They're finding holes in this defense.
No doubt the defense had better play a little tighter.
Walker goes in. And there's the pass to Francis. That drops. And the Hornets lead by 6.
There you go again. A nice kick out after the D had collapsed on him.
Detroit's gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Jennings against Walker. And the wide open shot from Morris. And it's off from three-point range. Charlotte leading by 6. Pass to Freak from deep three-point range. Johnson over to help. Jefferson on top. Holiday dishes to Freak. Back to Holiday. Francis passes to Fowler. Shoots over Henderson. And that one's good. Freak's got 15 points.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the 76ers played some outstanding basketball. He finished with 60 points, and he got there with his usual way. Just an impressive barrage of threes. What a show it was as he put up some really amazing numbers when it was all said and done. Even we marveled at his performance, Kevin.
Great, Doris. Thanks. Any chance we see him top that performance right here tonight?
You know, I can't imagine he'd be able to pull off that kind of an outing 2 games in a row. But, hey, that's what the truly great ones are capable of doing.
Boy, even if he came close to matching it, that would be really impressive. But I tell you, that's asking an awful lot of one guy.
Well, games so often come down to free throws, and when that's the case, these are the players you want at the line. The best free throw shooting 2 guards in the NBA. Freak is second.
And this is a set of players that can drive and slash, hoping to draw contact, because if they can get to the bucket and the foul, it's going to be a three-point play the hard way.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I think even if they get whistled for a fair number of charge calls because of that aggressive mindset, it's worth it when you're an elite free throw shooter, and these guys are. I think you've always got to be aggressive in trying to get yourself to the foul line.
And here's Jennings outside. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Morris into the lane. Detroit, no good that time either. Hornets leading by 10. And Holiday kicks to Freak. The shot misses. Now the Pistons take it the other way. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going.
The D has gotten a little lax defending the three-point shot at that end.
3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have come from beyond.
To the middle. Here's Jefferson. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Here's Jennings. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
There it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post has to be option number 1 for them right now.
Walker dishes to Freak. He kicks it to Holiday. Here's Jefferson. That's tipped. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. There's Jennings with the 3, and another 3 for Detroit.
These defenders are putting up very little resistance to the three-point shot.
And it's killing 4 of the last 5 makes coming from long range.
And that one's good. Freak.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Detroit Pistons.
Here's a chance to take a look at the Pistons and how they rank in the NBA right now. Third in steals, fourth in second chance points, and they also show up top 5 in team field goal percentage. That's excellent. Actually, that's elite level.
And you look at all those steals. I mean, they play an in-your-face aggressive style of defense. Even advancing the ball can prove to be a challenge, and they tend to feed off of that.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Drummond's checked in for Kevin Seraphin. Zeller comes in for Johnson. Johnson, he's checked in for Morris. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Brandon Jennings. Rivers passes to Fowler. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
And a chance here to take a look at the numbers for Henderson. Getting around 12 points a game, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
Yeah, in every way, I think he's doing a much better job, and the numbers certainly support that.
Zeller setting the pick for Henderson. Shot off the pick. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Hornets leading by 4. Rivers kicks to Kaminsky. Freak dishes to Robinson. Inside. And Freak gets it to go on the assist from Robinson. 19 points for Freak.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint. And that's really using the double team against the defense there and creating that pinpoint passing to attack.
From deep, from beyond the arc, and then some. Freak's got 22 points.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
Rivers against Jackson. Drummond a screen. Henderson passes to Drummond. It's deflected. A second chance effort, and he sinks the layup. Drummond's got 4 points in the quarter.
We got to be more physical on defense. They are getting to the middle of the floor way too easy. Get into them on the perimeter. Posts. Rotate over and make your presence felt. Quit being so soft.
Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Look at the Hornets. They're in second, looking to take over the first spot. And checking out Detroit, right now, quite a ways down below.
And checking out Charlotte, any fears of a regression for them this season have been laid to bed. They're an elite team yet again, and they're poised for a dominant stretch run here.
Looks that way to me. I mean, this is a team that appears perfectly primed for a deep run into the postseason, as long as they don't suffer any unforeseen injuries or setbacks.
Freak kicks to Kaminsky.
That's a hard pass to make when the defense has that many people in the paint.
It's Henderson on the wing. 56 seconds left to play in the first half. Shot, high post, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Frank Kaminsky picks one up. The Pistons have made 2 and missed 2 at the line tonight.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
Yeah, it's been a very frustrating season for them in that regard, guys. Well, it's been a good game tonight for Henderson. He has 8 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
And Clark, it's no stretch to say the more points he gives them from beyond the arc, the better off they'll be.
They've owned the offensive glass here in the second.
And making a point of getting in there and vying for missed shots.
The Hornets shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
Guys, that says a lot about the poise of this team. I mean, They've been so calm, cool, and consistent at the stripe this year. I mean, that's impressive.
On the wing, Johnson fires the three, and he gets it to go. Johnson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
You know, he's going to continue to bury those if that's how they're going to D him up.
Now here's Freak. Henderson defending. And it's sent back by Drummond. Outside Jackson. Goes up the baseline. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Hornets lead by 2. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, guys, I'm here with Al Jefferson. And Al, what's the strategy been so far defensively, and what needs to happen in the second half in that regard?
Well, we just got to help. We can't let everybody beat us. We just everybody got to help, and on the defense end, and then the key to protect the paint.
Pick your poison. Can't let everybody beat you, Al. We appreciate it, guys.
Thank you, Doris, and we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
Okay, good job battling them out there. Let's talk about some crucial areas from the first half. They look absolutely helpless out there to contain our low-post offense. And the more that continues in the second half, the more beat up and dejected they're going to be. Ball security was probably our high point. Let's continue to keep a tight handle on the ball and not try to thread too many needles with our passes. Okay, one more thing. A smooth flow to the second half is just what we're looking for. Let's keep things moving, but not at some kind of breakneck pace. And that's all I wanted to go over with you. Let's go play a good half of basketball.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. Freak really making a difference here.
And the defense was soft in that first half, and he took advantage every chance he could. And boy, was he throwing it down hard.
Yes, sir. He has had too many uncontested runs to the hoop. But even if a defender's gotten there, it's been posterized time.
Reggie Jackson out there with Henderson. Then it's Johnson. Then there's Andre Drummond. And it's Zeller in at the 4 slot. That's the group for Detroit right now. Kept alive. Here's Robinson. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And he's just going all out to get the second chance points. Just a terrific finish.
There was no one that was going to prevent MGA from converting that one.
Well, clearly this is the kind of game that could come down to 1 or 2 plays, and he wants to be the guy to make those plays.
Here's Henderson. Nice teamwork to set up the big play and make the space for the J.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him. That's a precision shot. You've got to be precise. No room for error on the floater.
Outside Jackson. Fires from deep. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Pass to Fowler. Launches it. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Walker's got 4 assists now tonight.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
Jackson dishes to Zeller. At the top of the key, Henderson. Walker with some nice D.
And trying to come up with the highlight reel finish. Somebody forgot to finish it.
Here's Fowler. Off target from outside. Pistons trail by 7. Outside Jackson. Johnson in the corner. Takes a 3. And the shot is good. Johnson's got 6. Charlotte has gone 5 of 9 when they put up the three-point shot tonight. And stolen by Drummond. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Here's Henderson. Can't hit. Some solid defense from Kid Gilchrist. Hornets leading by 4. Freak kicks to Jefferson. To the paint. Here's Fowler. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Freak's got 7 points for the quarter.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
And now let's bring you the list of the top three-point shooting teams over the course of the past 10 games. The Hornets number 1.
The main factor, I think, is the great spacing. That has led to wide-open, long-range shots, and that's why we see the great numbers from the 3.
So Detroit going with an almost entire new group here. Kevin Serafin, he's checked in for Drummond. Johnson comes in for Cody Zeller. Marcus Morris is checked in for Johnson. And it's Jennings in for Gerald Henderson. They set the pick. And here's Morris for 3. The shot's good. Jennings making the play. Jennings has got 3 assists now in this one. Charlotte has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. The feed to Freak. Johnson over to help. Freak passes to Jefferson. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And a few more points tacked on to their lead in the cruelest way possible.
You're right. Yeah, those putback jams sting, don't they? My goodness.
Yeah, they really hurt you. I mean, the defense forces a miss and then can't rebound it and finish off the defense. They're hanging their heads in their chest now.
Walker dishes to Freak. Right through the D for the layup. Freak's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Jennings against Walker. It's Jennings with the drive. Takes the 3. Again, the miss by Jackson.
Just not much success when it comes. Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. He dishes it to Serafin. Just 5 on the clock. The drive by Jackson. 18 feet away, and he knocks it down. Jackson's got 8 points.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated.
We got to be more physical on defense. They are getting to the middle of the floor way too easy. Get into them on the perimeter. Posts.
Kaminsky is checked in for Charlotte. Austin Rivers comes in for Freak. Charlotte in the lead. And on the court for Charlotte as we start the 4th. Fowler in at shooting guard. Jefferson is out there with Robinson. And it's Rivers. And it's Kid Gilchrist in at the small forward. Jefferson kicks to Freak. A 3-pointer off the mark. The Pistons shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. Jennings against Rivers. Zeller passes to Johnson. 6 to shoot. And stolen by Freak. The finish. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatic.
Oh, come on. Clark, he had to go for it, didn't he?
Yeah, but hey. He's an athlete, and I can't fault him for that one, although if he missed it, I might have.
It's Jefferson high post. Charlotte moving it around. The offensive rebound. Pistons trailed by 3, and even 3-on-3 break. Zeller dishes to Johnson. Jennings with the ball. Picked up by Rivers. The drive by Jennings. Here's Drummond. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Freak's got 5 rebounds tonight. Rivers kicks to Freak. And dead on that time. Beautiful shot. Freak's got 4 points in the quarter. Detroit with the ball. They'll be off next to Utah for a meeting with the Jazz. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. Passes it to Drummond. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. Jennings has got 4 assists in the game. Jefferson, a screen on Jennings. Here's Fowler. Shot clock at 5, and Jefferson wide open. He shoots. It's on target from the high post. And the Hornets lead by 5.
Just couldn't get a hand in the face on that one.
That's using what you got. He's got a height advantage, put it to good use there, and got himself a clean look.
No good with the triple. Hornets have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Now here's Freak. Defense is right there. To the paint, and stolen by Zeller. Outside Jennings. Feeds it to Drummond. Doubled by Fowler. Henderson kicks to Jennings. And he gets it to go.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Detroit Pistons dancers.
Charlotte leading by 3.
You got it. Let's get the ball inside.
Rivers kicks to Freak, and down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Oh, he's just dangling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger Clark right now.
Yeah, it's with them.
And guys, that swagger can backfire because you don't want to get your opponent a little too riled up.
Jennings, well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Well, they were sleeping on defense. The defense really didn't do its job. I mean, a little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint. That's costly.
And at this stage of a tight game, the tired legs really start to show. A defense becomes vulnerable if you can continue to pound it inside.
Wide open look. Almost, but it rolls out.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
And it's Freak missing.
Tell you what, the defense has nothing to worry about out there with him shooting. I mean, you can't dial it in from deep this half at all.
Jennings kicks to Johnson. Down low, pocket 6, and the dunk by Zeller.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
Charlotte no good that time either.
That's an unusual, surprising miss for him. Typically, he's good on those inside.
Jennings can't get it to go.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And, Greg, we've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
And the jam by Gerald Henderson.
Boy, you got to love that nice assist by Jennings.
Charlotte has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Jackson, he's checked in for the Pistons. And a switcher also for Charlotte. Walker's checked in for Austin Rivers. The Pistons trailing. The pass to Zeller. Kid Gilchrist against Johnson. He feeds it to Henderson. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Shot by Zeller, no good.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
It's stolen by Johnson. Outside Jackson. Dishes it to Zeller. Kicks it to Jackson. Drummond with a screen on Walker. Here's Jackson. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, Detroit Pistons.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Well, Kevin, head coach of the Pistons had some words for his team over the break. He gave his guys the green light to keep firing from downtown, telling them, listen, I like the work you're doing out there. Keep finding those gaps on the perimeter. They're giving us open shots.
And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Hornets.
Guys, their play close to the hoop has been great all game.
And you've always heard of guys being in a zone shooting, but you can be in a zone passing the basketball, and we've seen that tonight as well.
It's been a tough go for him, just an uncontainable game for Jackson. He's got 16 points and some assists, too. How about 3 of them?
And we really just need to take a second to appreciate the all-around effort he's put out there today.
Well, the numbers paint the picture, and he has been what we call in my vernacular, you know where I'm going here, guys, stat sheet stuffer supreme.
Oh, supreme. So that takes it to a whole another level when you get supreme in terms of the stat sheet.
In Kellogg's, right? In Kellogg's. Gets the first, and that gives them the lead. He's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop in.
Yeah, one more make would have been nice, but they do walk away with the lead.
That puts them in the lead. And 11 points now in the game for Stanley Johnson.
A tough first half, but it's been a different story here since the break.
And stolen by Drummond. And now the Pistons fast break. Here's Johnson. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got assist number 5 here tonight. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Pistons.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Something that's also benefited them tonight are the turnovers they forced and the points that have come along with those forced turnovers.
That's his first personal foul. Shooting 2 for Detroit, Reggie Jackson.
So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so he drops them both. It's a 5-point game.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
100% since halftime? Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship. Boy, just an excellent assist. Nice work from Kemba Walker.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Detroit Pistons dancers.
Detroit with the ball. 3-point lead. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Walker leading the charge. And a wide open look for Freak. It's good. A tremendous 3 to tie it up.
And with that 3, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
Here's Henderson. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Now here's Freak. Outside Jefferson. In the corner, it's Kid Gilchrist. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Just 5 to shoot. Freak passes to Jefferson. And stolen by Drummond. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock.
You had a foul to give there, but you'd rather not have it cost your team points.
I agree. I mean, you would have been better off using it on the floor and not on the shots. But the foul had to come either way, so it is what it is.
He sinks the clutch free throw. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 2-point ball game.
Those are some big-time heroics at the stripe. A little bit of defense, and they can put this one in the win column.
And Walker kicks the freak all alone. Yes! A huge shot to tie it up.
Boy, what a pressure bucket that was.
Greg, now that's coming through in the clutch.
It's our time. It's our time. We are so close to closing this one out. Freak, you're the hot hand. So let's get him the ball.
"16 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And here's Jackson. Drummond with a screen on Walker. It's Jackson with the drive. It's off.
Boy, and that is a bunch of rebounds for a player who's not the biggest guy out there.
Time expires, and we're going to overtime. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from the Palace of Auburn Hills. And what great competition we're seeing so far. After regulation, the stalemate. And we'll see now how these two teams and these few minutes of basketball pan out. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. Setting the floor for the Hornets. Fowler in a 2-guard. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist out there with Thomas Robinson. Then it's Kaminsky, and it's Walker in at the point guard. Clock at 4. Henderson with it. Now guarded by Kaminsky. And that one's good by Henderson. Henderson's got the first basket here in overtime for the Pistons. Charlotte trailing. The dish to Freak. And he misses the go-ahead basket. And, well, Detroit shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. Pass to Johnson. He kicks it to Drummond. Jackson against Walker. Here's Drummond, and that one's good.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash-mouth basketball, guys.
You're all about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
Drummond having a terrific game. He's got 11 points, and he has been the definition of a thief with all those steals.
And Clark, defensively, he has played this game just so intelligently. I mean, he hasn't let them get away with any loose passes or sloppy ball handling.
Walker's shot is off. Pistons leading by 5. Drummond with a screen on Walker. On the wing, Johnson. Inside. Here's Drummond. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
That's his second personal foul. Shooting 2 for Detroit.
And that one misses. Brandon Jennings, he's checked in for Reggie Jackson. So he comes up empty, missing both.
Move it.
Hornets trail by 5. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first. And the Pistons making a change here. Jackson's checked in. Good on the second free throw.
Listen, they're still right in this thing. Missing that free throw, though, keeps this a 2-possession deficit.
Pick by Zeller. The drive by Jackson. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his third foul of the game.
That's his third personal foul.
And so here's Charlotte. Walker with it. Pass to Fowler. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Jackson kicks to Drummond. Shot off the pick. And off the front, and in it goes. And the Pistons lead by 4.
And those are two teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Now the feed to Kaminsky. Now Freak. 5 on the clock. And that one is stuffed right through.
Hang time on that rim puts a little whipped cream on that angel food cake there.
It's a tight ball game, and those displays of strength, Clark, can get one team rolling.
Agreed.
And also the other on its heels. Let's see how this one turns out.
Here's Jackson. He dishes it to Henderson. We're just over 2.5 minutes into overtime in this exciting game. And now here comes Robinson leading the break. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even.
Really good work on the interior. That is a critical 2 points there. That was an ideal scenario really for him. Point-blank range and also a size advantage.
Pick by Zeller. Here's Henderson. Passes it to Zeller. Outside for Jackson. The 19-foot shot. And it's Freak with the rebound.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one. Short-stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
To take the lead and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. Andre Drummond picks one up.
And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
Yeah, I agree with you there, but at least they did get the clock stopped. That is the one saving grace of that situation.
Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 2-point ball game.
In a crucial spot, he is always so solid at the line. He rarely wastes those opportunities.
Outside Jackson. Feeds to Henderson. Drummond the screen. 5 to shoot. Shoots. It's good. This game is all even.
That's how you get the crowd on its feet.
Huge bucket.
I think the roof's about to come off this place.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Yes!
You know, they've got a foul to give here if they need it.
Yeah, definitely something to keep in mind for them right now.
Execution, fellas. Do your job. Freak, you're our leader out there. Execute.
Here's Jackson. Drummond with a screen on Walker. Jackson. Yes! And tie game. That is a huge basket right there.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
execution, fellas. Do your job. Freak, you're our leader out there. Execute!
Get out of your seat!
From deep, Walker. Oh, and a chance to win the game, but the last second shot is offline. Another tie, and we're going to have a second overtime. And we'll return shortly. Well, we thought we might wrap it up in regulation. Then it looked like overtime number 1 might yield a winner. But instead, the overtime periods are piling up. And guys, still no winner yet. Drummond with a screen on Walker. It's Jackson with the drive. And it's Drummond missing.
Boy, have they been hitting the glass hard or what? Kind of surprising it's such a tight game.
Yeah, they've had their chances, and they're playing with passion. They've just got to tighten up on the execution. Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Walker against Jackson. Now the pass to Drummond. He feeds it to Henderson. Zeller dishes to Henderson. Just 4 to shoot. And it's Drummond missing.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And you know they'll be conscious of him next time they take it inside, too. I mean, that's what really good defenders do. They make you think about their presence.
Outside Jackson. A high post shot. Detroit, no good that time either.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. And that sends Freak to the free throw line. Andre Drummond picks one up. And the Hornets making a change here. Jefferson's checked in. Free throw good. Freak. Now here's Jackson. Dishes it to Henderson. Back to Jackson. Shot to stop the run. And yes, sir, that one drops. Jackson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
That is really poor defensive awareness. I mean, he's one guy you don't want to give any space to. You've got to stay attached and connected.
Kicks it to Henderson. But they get it back. On the wing, Jackson. Lets it go with the 3. There's the bucket. Good. Jackson's got 26. And here's Walker. And Freak throws it down.
Fantastic dunk, and he decided to hang around up there for a while, Kevin.
Well, maybe, he didn't want to land awkwardly. I don't know.
Oh, guys, come on. He's up there posing. He's posing for the photographers. That's all that's about.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here are the fans. Give it up for Auto Motion.
Outside Jackson. The dish to Henderson. The 3. Some solid defense from Fowler.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Greg, and that's been the key to this league. I mean, they've really dominated the glass.
And Freak throws it down hard. The rim rattler.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
That's straight up Showtime stuff right there, baby. Major highlight reel material.
Jackson passes to Henderson. And the 3 off target. And here's Charlotte. They're on a 15-6 run. Robinson kicks to Freak. It's deflected and stolen by Drummond. Jackson with it. It's rebounded by Jefferson. And it's out of bounds. The Hornets able to retain possession here.
Risky pass there. They're lucky to retain possession this time.
So Detroit ends up going with the new group. So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. Clark, a double overtime game can really take its toll on the players. And after this one, the officials, the fans, everyone's going to have to take a needed rest.
Yeah, exactly. But I tell you what, they showed me the heart of a champion here in this one.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, congratulations on the win and for setting your season high in points scored for yourself. Would you say this is the best game you've played this year?
Yeah, I think it's up there for sure. I don't think I've had many other games where I've been this effective on the offensive end. There might have been a few where I've had a more complete game, but this is probably the most best offensive game I've had so far, for sure.
It was a pleasure for us to watch. Thank you so much. Kevin, back to you.
Doris, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. Now we'll go to the studio with the award-winning Ernie Johnson.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak. An absolutely astounding and historic night for him here in this game. He was simply unstoppable in what can only be described as a masterful performance. What'd you notice about his performance, Kenny?
He flat out dominated. I mean, you see the kind of plays he was making all over the court. This is the game, no matter who they put on him, he wasn't going to be denied. His offensive power was in full effect.
Well, he showed us just how good he can be when he's at the top of his game. And the building was stunned. You saw people leaving early, throwing popcorn, throwing hot dogs, spilling soda. He put on a CSDP, a crowd shut down performance. Man, that's what I'm talking about, Ernie.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.